Around 200 days ago, I created a brand new Rise of Kingdoms account with one goal: building the ultimate pure cavalry account. But Lilith decided to mess up my plans with the release of Prime Belisarius. For your average open field only player, he was very underwhelming to say the least. And this made me think, if I become a purist for any troop type in the game, whenever the latest commander for that troop type is not better than the current ones, I will be stuck with my previous marches. And that's why I decided to change my plans and explain our possible alternatives in this video. We had a bunch of different ways that we could follow, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. Until now. Today I'm going to explain what exactly I'm going to do with my restart account. There will be 3 batches of commander investments and 4 batches of equipment crafting. I'll explain all one by one starting now. First, our commander investment path. Even though the title says screw cavalry, our first investment will in fact be a cavalry commander, the best one. To some people it is either Nevsky or Ho Bing, but to me it has to be Joan of Arc Prime. And I have a couple of solid reasons for that. Number 1, she is one of the few legendary cavalry commanders who has an incredible AoE damage. Number 2, her 4th skill is literally busted. When you max it, she double casts her active skill every other turn. Number 3, she is very versatile, meaning she doesn't have to be a primary or specifically the secondary. For example, to get the best out of Ho Bing, he has to be the primary commander, but Joan simply doesn't care. And the 4th reason, she is the definition of a perfect value for money commander. If you get lucky and get her to 5115, she is amazing. And it's only 190 sculpture investment. And if you have some extra gold heads, at 5515, she is simply perfect. You can leave her there and start working on your other commander projects. And these are only her general pros. For my account specifically, she is even better, because since I was planning to be a cavalry main, I have my only okay-ish gear for cavalry, and because of the same reason, I have max purchase Minamoto, and at this moment, cavalry is the only unit type that I have enough troops to use on the field with an army expansion. Because of all these reasons, Joan will be our first investment. We will either spend 190 or 390 sculptures depending on how many gold heads we have when she becomes available in our kingdom. First, she will be the primary to our Minamoto, so we can have a semi-decent Season of Conquest march. Yes, it is far from being a meta march, but it is definitely way better than our current alternatives, which are Minamoto paired with Double C, Babers or Ethelfled. But of course, later on we will invest into a proper cavalry commander and simply bench our Minamoto. And I'll explain which commander that is going to be in the second batch of commander investment section. But first, let's finish the first one. After low investing on Joan, we will spend more than 1000 sculptures and expertise 2 commanders instantly. And those are going to be William Wallace and Liu Che. I think Liu Che needs no explanation. He is, in my opinion, and for majority of players, the best commander in Rise of Kingdoms at this moment, but I might need to give a few details about William Wallace. If you already have, let's say, a max Alexander the Great, yes, you can definitely skip Wallace, because when you pair either commander with Liu Che, the results will be very similar. But if you have no infantry commanders at all and you will invest into 2, then I would certainly go with Wallace instead of Alex, simply because he is the newer commander, he's a smite damage commander, and he has the new smite talent tree, which I think makes him more viable and a safer investment for the future commander releases. So with these 3 commander investments, in total we will spend around 1700 sculptures and we will have 1 incredible and 1 semi-decent march. Now let's move on to batch number 2. We will again invest into 3 commanders, 2 of them will be archers and 1 will be cavalry. 2 best archer commanders are currently Ziel and Hermann Prime, but until we get there, until we have our sculptures saved up again to invest on archers, there will be new archer commanders. And if, let's say, the new field commander is better than Ziel or Hermann, we will of course invest into that one. But if Ziel and Hermann is still the best archer march, first, we will low invest into them, we will get our Ziel to 551 and Hermann to 5551, so they become at least usable in the field. After that, we will actually go back and expertise another cavalry commander to pair with Joan, and for now it's going to be Ho Bing. I think if you are going to use 1 cavalry march only, Huo paired with Joan is the single best cavalry march. And after we max Huo, we will go back to Ziel, expertise him, and only after that we will max our Hermann Prime. So the second batch of commander investment path will first cost us 580 sculptures to low invest on archers, then extra 690 for whole cubing, and final 800 to max both archers, bringing the total sculpture cost for the second batch to 2070. The third batch of our investment path will be a little bit weird. The plan is to save every extra sculpture we get to spend on the latest and the greatest cavalry, infantry or archer commander. However, just like Belisarius Prime, whenever Lilith releases a mediocre commander that we are able to skip, we will invest half of our sculpture into the current best engineering commanders. Because range marchers are so good at certain things, but very bad at other things. Since they work extremely well even with low investment, we will have one range march ready for things like altar and ruin fights and PvE events where they are incredible, such as Lohar's arms training. So this is my exact commander investment plan. Now we are going to move on to the equipment crafting section. As I said, there will be 4 batches for equipment. In the first one, we will make our 3 marches at least usable in Season of Conquest. For that, we will only craft the most essential legendaries for each march and fill the rest with the best possible blue or purple equipment. Starting with cavalry, we will only craft the chest and the boots for 2 pieces set bonus and use epics for the rest. For infantry, we will craft Hope Cloak to get rid of the Queen Soul, set boots and set gloves again for 2 pieces set bonus. And finally for archers, we will craft the Milky Way, yes, you heard it right, the Milky Way chest, leadership gloves and leadership boots. This whole best archer equipment needs a separate video, but based on the information I have gathered recently, current best archer gear, or should I say the tankiest archer set, is 3 leadership pieces, boots, gloves and legs, 2 KVK pieces, weapon and helm, and the Milky Way chest. Plus you can get the Milky Way for free from equipment keys etc. So we will go with this set since it is the tankiest and technically cheaper because of the Milky Way. So this will be the final result of our first batch of equipment crafting. The cost will be around 400 legendary materials. Yes, it's a lot, but it will make our marches, as I said, at least usable in Season of Conquest. Once we finish with all that, we will need around 360 more legendary materials because we will start crafting some accessories. For each commander, we will use 1 non-legendary and 1 legendary accessory. Dagger will be on Wallace, Horn on Zhuge Liang, and Ring on Ho Qiubing. The other slots will either be the blue March Speed accessory or something like Delane's Amulet. And after crafting all those accessories, our equipment will look like this. Still, a long way to go to perfect it. On the third crafting batch, we are going to finish off our regular legendary equipment. For our cavalry march, we will craft the KVK weapon, KVK helm, and Ash of the Dawn. For infantry, again KVK weapon, KVK helm, and Eternal Knight. Finally for archers, again KVK weapon, KVK helm, and the leadership legs. After all that, we will finally complete our quote-unquote perfect equipment by crafting the second legendary accessories for every single march. So from 0 to here, in total we will need exactly 720 legendary materials for accessories only, plus 1050 for the regular legendary equipment, which in total equals 1770 legendary materials. And right now we have around 250. Oh, and I didn't even count the epic equipment in case we actually invest on a range march. So this is my complete commander and equipment investment plan for my restart account. I know it's very standard and kinda boring having the best march from each troop type, but I think it makes the most sense when I specifically think about YouTube. Because I want to bring you guys some decent content regardless of your troop type. This way we will pretty much try every single equipment piece so that I can give you new equipment guides and we can test these commanders regardless of the troop type and see if they are actually worth it for you or not. Let me know if you think we should follow a different path. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Goodbye.